Hello, I am Jenny Glick, licensed marriage and family therapist, certified sex therapist. But for you in this space, I am a way shower, torchbearer, and guide for you to have a life that feels good. Let's talk about feeling good and why you might not be feeling good and how to shift that entire paradigm in real ways in your life. One of the things that I found, having worked with women, couples, and families for over 20 years, is that we often condition ourselves to suffering. Notice this in you. Do you practice thinking, feeling, doing, and believing the worst case scenario? Do you notice yourself getting into arguments in your mind? Do you notice yourself saying things like, who would ever believe that? Who would vote for that person? I can't believe that person said that, right? All of those seemingly innocuous practices in your mind actually condition you to creating more and more disharmony in yourself. And the more that you condition disharmony in yourself, the less available you will be for being satisfied. And if you feel unsatisfied, dissatisfied in your life, then the easiest thing to do is to look outside of you, that you don't like the person you're married to, that your job isn't fulfilling, that your health isn't what you want it to be. And those things might need to change, absolutely. But if you are not available for fulfillment, for prosperity, for satisfaction, which actually is available right now. I know that it sounds crazy because I know that you think, I can't be satisfied until this person changes or until my financial circumstances change. And sure, those things may very well help. And certainly, if you're in a really dire place, you need to, number one, get safe first. But what I can tell you is whatever you're conditioning right now in your thinking, feeling, doing, and believing is what you're going to be good at tomorrow or next year or in 10 years. Most of us are not conditioning pleasure. And what is at the core of pleasure is safety and how it is that you feel safe. And I'm not talking about like you're in danger from something outside of you. If that's the case, go get safety, find a safe house, do whatever you need to do. I'm talking about the kind of safety, internal safety, that most of us don't feel because we're always thinking about the future or worrying about the past. And as long as we're in those states, we're not conditioned to be in the quiet, still, easeful, present moment that's happening right now. Right now in this moment, what are you thinking? Are you wanting me to talk faster to get to the next thing, right? Do you feel pressure? What are you conditioning right now in this moment? Part of the practice of becoming a well-nourished woman, a woman who is a woman who has what she desires rather than is always striving, always seeking for what it is that she believes that she wants. Part of how you do that is by being a finder of security and peace right now in you, regardless of what's happening outside, regardless of these external circumstances. It is so boring sounding, I know. It's much more enticing to think that if you had a different house, if you had a different partner, if you had a different job, that that would change it. But you take yourself everywhere, right? You are the foundation, you're the base architecture of the structure of your life. And so if you find that you are in a state of disharmony, or if you are in a state of dissatisfaction, look at where it is that you're available to be more satisfied. What is it that you need to do to practice feeling, believing, knowing, and living in a state of satisfaction? So I encourage you to begin to practice being satisfied. As you turn off this podcast, go on to make dinner, drive to pick up carpool, go back to work, whatever it is that you're doing, noticing what the sensations of satisfaction feel like in your body. Notice what your skin feels like, your bones feel like. Notice what your mind is doing. Notice the shape of your face right now. Notice if you're clenching, if you're pushing forward. Notice if there's any part of your body that feels tight and gripped. And then I invite you to take literally a posture of satisfaction. So it might be coming into your back body, it might be exhaling, it might be softening your jaw, your shoulders, your belly. When we're satisfied, when we feel safe, when we're in an emotional state of prosperity, there's a relaxation there. And that means you're available for rejuvenation. That means that you're not in the tense state of pushing. There are seasons of life where we are invited to deeply push and move something forward, but we have to also have that yin experience of opening and softening and relaxing. And so I invite you to explore that. If you are in a season of your primary relationship, your marriage, where you're wondering, do I stay, do I go? Tired of having the same argument over and over again, check out my Your Marriage is Your Ashram course. It's only $222. It's 10 weeks. It has changed hundreds of women's lives, and it will walk you through in a very practical way how to orient to a thinking, feeling, doing, believing pattern that will serve you to have the kind of life that you want, so that you're not toggling back to the old place of disharmony, dysregulation, and being in discord with yourself and your partner or your family. Thanks so much for being here. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. I'll see you next time.